What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I'd like to talk about Coach Arthur Smith and why I believe Coach Arthur Smith can turn around this Atlanta Falcons offense. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you'll know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content. Hit that like button for your boy. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for your continued support. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So as I mentioned in today's video, I do want to talk about Coach Arthur Smith and why I believe Coach Arthur Smith can turn around this Atlanta Falcons offense. So we know the last two games, the Falcons are on a 2-game losing streak. The offense have had really slow starts the first quarter of the season, and we look really bad these last 2 games and these losses. I still have faith in Coach Arthur Smith and believe that he can turn around this Atlanta Falcons offense. Even though we're in a rut right now, we're struggling right now, I still have faith that Coach Arthur Smith can turn this thing around. If you guys remember, in 2016, we had the #1 offense in the league. We had Coach Dan Quinn as our head coach, and we had Kyle Shanahan, who was our offensive coordinator. And that year, we were the #1 rated offense in the NFL. Well, I remember in 2015, Dan Quinn's first season, both him and Kyle Shanahan, where we were 21st ranked in offense. 21st ranked in offense. And I thought that Kyle Shanahan didn't know what he was doing. I remember a lot of the fans at that time wanted Kyle Shanahan fired prior to us going to the Super Bowl in that next year and being the #1 rated offense. And to be honest, I was one of those fans that didn't think that Kyle Shanahan knew what he was doing. I was patient because I understood that Matt Ryan was in his first year with a new offensive coordinator, a new scheme. And I really feel like that situation with Kyle Shanahan in 2015 heading into that 2016 season is similar to what we're experiencing now with Coach Arthur Smith. We know that Desmond Ridder is pretty much a rookie quarterback. He's in his first season, and this is his first time still learning this system. I know he played 4 games last season with our Atlanta Falcons. He started 4 games at the end of the season, and he had the off season to kind of prepare for this season. But we have to remember, he has a lot of new offensive weapons, guys like Mac Hollins, guys like Jonnu Smith, Bijan Robinson. We have a lot of key components, a lot of new guys. Kyle Pitts was injured last season, so he's back with the team. So he didn't play with Desmond Ridder last season. So I really feel like because we brought in a lot of new weapons, guys who are in this scheme for the first time, I really feel like that's the reason that this Atlanta Falcons team is struggling. Yes, I do believe that Desmond Ridder is missing some throws. Yes, I believe that Desmond Ridder at times is not noticing when guys are coming on blitzes and things of that nature, and he's not hitting his hot reads and things of that nature. But I really feel like Coach Arthur Smith and Dave Ragone and these guys are going to be able to get Desmond Ridder on the right track as the season progresses. I do believe that they're going to make the proper adjustments. But like I mentioned, in 2015, when we had Kyle Shanahan as our offensive coordinator, he mainly was throwing the ball to Julio Jones pretty much every play. And he pretty much was running the ball with Devontae Freeman. Those were the 2 weapons that we mainly used in 2015 before we went to the Super Bowl in 2016 and Matt Ryan won the MVP. Now, I'm not saying that Desmond Ridder is going to win the MVP next season. I'm not saying that Desmond Ridder is Matt Ryan. But what I am saying is we have to give Coach Arthur Smith the benefit of the doubt. At least I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I know a lot of fans are upset and want him fired. I know a lot of people don't believe that Arthur Smith is going to be able to get this thing turned around. Personally, I didn't believe in Kyle Shanahan back in 2015 after I seen that first season where he pretty much took Roddy White out of the offense and added Leonard Hankerson at wide receiver as the #2 wide receiver. And Roddy White ended up, leaving the next season or being cut by the Atlanta Falcons because he wasn't getting along with Kyle Shanahan and he didn't feel like the scheme was the best scheme fit for the team. And I feel like in this same instance with Coach Arthur Smith, we have to give him the benefit of the doubt, because in 2016, the offense looked like night and day compared to 2015. Once Matt Ryan got that offense down to a T, and I really feel like, once Desmond Ridder gets this offense down to a T, where he knows where his hot reads are, he knows where he should be going with the football, I really feel like we're going to see things pick up on this Atlanta Falcons offense. Now, I could be wrong, but this is personally where I believe that we have to be patient as a fan base. Like I mentioned, in 2015, I didn't believe that this Atlanta Falcons team was headed in the right direction with Kyle Shanahan at the helm. It looked like doom and gloom at that time. We started off the season in 2015 5-0 and end up only going 8-8 and missing the playoffs in that season with Dan Quinn in his first year. And like I said, I really feel like it's the same similar thing right now with Coach Arthur Smith. We know that Coach Arthur Smith knows how to call plays. If we look at 2021, when he was first hired as our head coach, I believe we were 26th ranked in offense. And then last year in 2022, we went from being a 26th rated in offense to 15th rated in offense last season with Marcus Mariota as our quarterback. So I don't believe in one season, that Arthur Smith has forgotten how to coach. We've seen our offensive line do really well in the running game. We've seen us dominate in the trenches the last two seasons. We've seen us compete with lesser talent out there on the field with guys over the last two seasons. We really had guys on one-year deals. Cordell Patterson was mainly the focal point of the offense in that first year, both him and Kyle Pitts. And then last season, you had Drake London, Kyle Pitts, before he got injured, and Cordell Patterson. Those guys, and Tyler Algier, those guys were mainly the focal points of the offense. So this season, because Arthur Smith has the weapons, we have a lot more weapons. I really believe that he's going to be able to get this thing turned around. I do think that he's kind of overthinking things, and he's not calling the right plays at the right time. And sometimes guys are, these guys right now are not in a rhythm. But I do think that this is something that can be fixed. I don't think it's panic time. I keep telling you guys, I don't really believe that it's time to panic. Like I said, in 2015, things were not looking good headed into that 2016 season. Then next thing you know, we were the #1 rated offense. Matt Ryan won the MVP. And I really feel like this Atlanta Falcons offense, because we have a lot of young weapons, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier in his second season, this is a really, really young offensive football team. We look at the defense, and the defense has kind of been holding it down for this Atlanta Falcons team. But if you look on the defensive side of the ball, that's where majority of our veterans are. The defensive side of the ball has a lot of veterans on that side of the ball, and I really feel like that's the reason that unit is balling out right now, because that's where most of our veterans, most of the guys that we've had on this roster and the guys that we brought in, they have that NFL experience. So I really feel like on this offense, we just have to give it time. I do think eventually, as the season progresses, we're going to see these guys improve. As the season goes on, I believe that Desmond Ridder is going to improve. I think that Arthur Smith and Dave Ragone are going to figure out what these guys do well. And I think in the end, I still think this Atlanta Falcons team is going to win this division. And I think that this is going to be a playoff team. Like I said, I could be wrong. And if you're a fan of the team and you're panicking and you don't think that Arthur Smith is going to get this thing turned around, leave your comments below. I definitely would love to hear what you guys think about Coach Arthur Smith, and tell me if you guys think he'll be able to get it turned around. But I have faith in Coach Arthur Smith. I seen him in Tennessee with Derrick Henry in that running game and A.J. Brown, and pretty much everybody that talks about Arthur Smith talks about how great of a coach he is. Calais Campbell talked about before signing with the Falcons that Coach Arthur Smith was one of the hardest offensive coordinators when he was in Jacksonville to, game plan for, because of his running game and because of the physicality of his offenses and his creative mind. And I really feel like we're not getting the best so far out of Arthur Smith, but I think that the best is yet to come. So with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on Coach Arthur Smith. Do you think he'll be able to get this thing turned around? Personally, I definitely think that this offense can get turned around because we have the weapons. It's just about deploying your weapons in the right way. And with that being said, this has been your boy Jew. I have a lot more content coming for you guys, but as always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed, peace.